In the animal kingdom, animals have what we call the ego. Now, the human ego is basically my concept. It's not my concept. I borrowed it from my teachers. Nothing I say is really mine. It's not original. I'm just kind of repeating it. So for humans, the ego is basically I. This I thought. Me, mine, myself, my. Not so important, but if your mind wants to understand what the ego is, it's useful to look at it like that. In the animal kingdom, it's not actually a thought like this, as far as we humans know. Maybe it is. Maybe they're thinking, I'm much more intelligent than that elephant. We don't know. But when we look at their behavior, something is very different. Something is definitely very different. When they have a fight, for example, so they're lying around very peaceful, something happens and they have a fight. One of the dogs says to others something that the other dog doesn't like, and they start a fight. Or some other dogs come into their territory and they start a fight. Now often when the fight is over, it looks like then they're very playful, they're very relaxed. Yeah? Something's changed. But the next time that dog they remember, so they have memory, of course, of the past. Next time that dog comes again, and they might start a fight again. Yeah? But in the moment when the fight stops, or sometime soon after the fight, most animals, they're not holding the story anymore. And the basic story that makes us suffer, which we hold, is we blame ourselves, we blame the other. We feel guilty, we feel shameful, we experience hatred, and we experience pride. Now I want you to check that for yourself. If in your life you have any blame, guilt, shame, hatred or pride, right now in your life, in some story in your life. Now for you all it'll be different from one day to the next. But this is what I call our psychological and emotional baggage. And from these 5 things, there's a certain energy, and there are lots of stories that we carry. From blame, there's hundreds maybe of different stories that we've been carrying through our life. Some of them we feel we've completely let go of, until the next time we meet somebody, don't really like them, something energetically comes up. Yeah? Or we have a memory of something that happened in our life, from our parents, let's say. We don't like that. So that's how we know we're still carrying this story. We're still carrying this energy, and we're still carrying this suffering, we can say, from blame, guilt, shame, hatred, and pride. So just check it yourself. And at a certain point on my search, I was in a meditation center, and it became very clear, oh my God, I'm carrying all these things, and it felt like 100 suitcases, 100 bags, which would have filled this room. And I was carrying all this through my life. Everywhere I went, I was carrying all this suffering. And then I realized that's why I'm so exhausted, so depressed. That's why I was ill at that time. And I decided in that moment to just let it all go. There's no fear in the moment, because I've been meditating for a few days. I was in a beautiful place, good food. I had money in my bank account, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to let it all go. So I visualized this process of letting the bags go, and it started to feel so good. And then I realized half these bags are not mine. They're my parents, my ancestors, my brothers and sisters. I've picked them up along the way. And then I started to feel guilty about letting them go. Shouldn't I keep them? Aren't they useful? Where am I going to put them all? If I put them here, somebody else is going to pick them up. All these stories started appearing in my head. Ridiculous, I know. So I visualized a room to put all the bags in, and it had to be quite a big room. And I thought, yeah, but if I take up the whole room, what about the other people in the meditation center? They're going to need space for their bags. So I made a whole warehouse, and I was very happy, and I left the bags there. But I realized, no, hang on, some of those things in the bags might be useful. So I started to unpack some of the bags and find the pieces that I wanted, the parts that I wanted, and I packed a little backpack, and it felt like, okay, this is what I need, and then I left the rest. Try that now if you want to. Try it now if you want to. And just watch what comes up in yourself. Visualize all the bags you're carrying, all the different types of suffering you're carrying. And give yourself permission. Deeply, deeply give yourself permission to let them go. Or just let some of them go. But give yourself permission first. Did anybody feel guilty letting them go? Put your hand up, please. Did anybody feel worried about what would happen when you had let them go? Who you would be without them? Did anybody worry about that? Did anybody feel afraid about letting them go? Did anybody think, I need them? There's a lesson there I haven't learned, so you didn't let them go. And you see, we would find many, many different answers in this group even tonight. And all the answers are authentic and genuine. And there's nothing wrong with them. But it's the mechanism of our mind. It's the mechanism of our belief systems. And this creates a certain energy, certain emotions that come up. And some of you might have felt that just with a simple exercise like this. So we talk about all this as if it's really easy. Ah, yeah, I can let go of all my beliefs, and 3 seconds later I'm enlightened. That's actually true. But the process, energetic, emotional, physical, can be very tiring, draining, scary, complicated. We might lose friends or loved ones along the way. We might lose our jobs, our houses, our cars, our bank accounts. We might even lose our identity along the way. I'm going to ask you to, for a moment, ask yourself, to find what it is you're looking for in your life, on your spiritual path, whether it's peace, happiness, love, enlightenment, freedom, whatever it is you're looking for. Are you willing to give everything away? Just check that inside yourself.